it's Phil Cola. Hail and welcome to that adventure. Hail.
Welcome
For
to
five
mystical world of...
pence, I will tell you my secrets of the dungeons.
Wait, what secrets do you have?
I don't know. It's always you that I do this to. I don't know
How
why.
much is a pence?
It's like a nickel. It's like an American nickel.
What's the exchange rate? Hi, this is a Divinity Original Sin.
Oh, you're gonna introduce the video this time. No, this is
that's
fine.
What we're
No,
doing.
I've been wanting to mix it up. I've been wanting to do some experimentation with folks. So I'm glad that you're taking the charge. Please, just do the whole video by yourself, I guess.
Can I help you?
Okay, great. This is Divinity Original Sin. These guys are drunk.
Yeah.
These guards are drunk.
I see
and this
I see their debuff.
Mm-hmm. And this is straight up. This is a top-down RPG.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're noticing that.
No,
the camera is from the top, angled down, pointing at you.
Yeah.
And this is an RPG.
Here are the two things I know about it. It is a top-down RPG. And the second thing is that the title is not very good, and that's all that I know about this game. I know nothing about the franchise, I'm sorry. But which is surprising because it totally seems like the kind of thing I could sink my teeth into.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. It's been on early access for a while, and now the final version is out, and that's what we're playing here. So one of the things I want to point out right away, I have two characters that I'm controlling. I have Scarlet, the warrior, and I think his name's Roderick, the survivalist.
Those are some fantasy-ass names, Doug.
Yep.
How come they're never called, I'm Mike?
Mike the warrior? Mike the wizard?
It's short for Michael, which is too fantasy-sounding. I like Mike better.
But the cool thing you're going to see here is, with these two characters, you actually get to roleplay as both of them.
Okay.
Including to the point of, they start talking to each other and don't necessarily always agree.
Okay.
So basically, we want to get through these guards. We want to go to the city of Syseal. They don't want to let us through because they're drunk and they think we might be spies. And my warrior, Scarlet, is going to take offense to that. She's not happy with that.
She's not so crazy about that. So I'm getting obviously I'm getting kind of like a Baldur's Gatean vibe, a Neverwinterian vibe. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that is accurate, and it kind of took me by surprise because the previous Divinity games have been a little bit more action RPG, a little bit more Diablo-y.
Okay. The combat in this is turn-based, though, right?
It's turn-based, and it goes much deeper. We're going to see it soon. So Roderick is trying to... So, I'm picking the choices for both characters here.
Okay.
You can play co-op and have the two players pick for each character.
Oh, tight. Online co-op, I'm guessing? Not LAN.
That is correct.
You don't have
online
Divinity LAN parties, is what you're saying.
You could. I might.
Okay. Well, don't invite me to that. Because I'm very polite and I wouldn't want to... What is this?
Here's what happens when my characters disagree. So they disagree. Roderick says we shouldn't attack them. Scarlet says we should just kill these drunk guards because they won't let us through. And since they disagree, they're going to play rock, paper, scissors and figure out what to do.
Okay, so you're picking for Scarlet?
I'm picking for Scarlet because that's who I was controlling when I went into the conversation.
Oh, that's actually a really great system. I'm actually super into this.
And again, if you're playing, co-op, if you're playing with a friend online who's controlling the other character, then they're going to choose for that character. You're going to choose for your character.
Okay.
And
so based on which,
you're gonna have it out.
Based on your charisma stat, that determines how many points you get when you win a rock paper scissors match. I think that's what's going on here.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really great system. Okay, man, I wish I'd paid more attention to this game because that seems really neat.
It's really cool, and I love the idea of doing it in co-op. So Scarlet wins here, which means we're going to fight these guys. And you're going to see this turn-based combat, which is super deep and interesting. You can see these little bubbles above the action bar here.
Yeah.
That's how many action points I have in each round, basically.
Okay, so moving uses those up, attacking, taking actions uses those up.
Any of these skills, any items I might want to use, they all use a different amount, basically.
Okay. This seems pretty fast-paced, actually, for a turn-based. You just took 2 turns there really quickly.
Yeah, as long as you're moving, it goes along real speedy.
I think it helps that there's not this grid-based system. Whenever there's a grid-based strategy system, I always have to
You hate grids. I've noticed that.
No, it's not that. I'll get real deep into an XCOM or a Final Fantasy Tactics or something like that. But I always spend so much time on every turn making sure that chess I'm doing the smartest thing possible. I mean, there's no grid-like system you can. I don't know. I feel a lot more free to experiment and move around and not be like stuck to a spot. Does that make sense?
Sure. No, I see what you're saying. The one thing I will say is it's a little bit tricky to like. You'll see sometimes where I'm dragging along the ground trying to get like what's the perfect amount I can walk to only take one action point.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. I like it. You can see up top at the very top. It has like the order that everyone's gonna go in based on your stats, based on the
initiative,
your speed or what have you.
Sure.
So it's really easy to follow along, really easy to know when each person's gonna take a turn. Scarlet is these guys are actually really powerful. I don't think you're necessarily supposed to fight them.
These two drunkards?
Yeah, I mean I'm level 1. This is only about an hour into the game. Yeah. I'm still very early.
You can't pull like dragons out of your ass yet. And throw
not
them in.
yet.
Okay.
I can summon a spider.
Well, that's kind of like a dragon, isn't it? It's not though, really at all.
They're the dragons of the caves, is what they've always said.
Nobody's ever said that. It is the thing I am most
cave dragons.
Sure, those are typically in caves. It is the thing I'm most afraid of in my house. Did she just die?
So Scarlet's dead. Here's what I'm gonna. This is just tutorial. Trust me. I didn't do that because I'm bad. I wanted to show off the Resurrect Scroll.
Oh, terrific. Well, that was very convenient that you goofed on purpose then.
So the Resurrect Scroll actually takes 10 action points, which I definitely do not have saved up.
Yeah. Can you pass on your turn to have more action points on the next turn?
You absolutely can. So 6 action points were preserved. I'm going to have all those extra points.
Okay, that's neat.
There's a max number of points you can have based on your stats at any one time. But I got enough now. Resurrected Scarlet. She's good to go.
She does not have much health, though. She's probably going to chomp. Knowing you're probably going to let her die again.
Whoa, that's...
I'm just saying you don't play a lot of role-playing games.
I don't play a lot of games.
No, none. Only, like, racing games and, like, every other Madden. That's you, Phil, every other Madden Kohler. That's your new name.
That's what they call me.
No kidding,
yeah,
like... How quickly this is moving makes me so into it. Like, I find it really hard to get into... There's a lot of games of this ilk, like, on PC. But I find them, like, almost entirely impenetrable because it takes forever to do anything. And this is moving at a really nice clip. I'm into it, man.
And there we go. I leveled up.
Nice. What happens
now? We're going to look at what really matters in an
stats
RPG. Check out some stats.
And shit, yeah. I mean, that is where the money is. Okay, so you have quite a few of them.
It's just strength, dexterity, intelligence, constitution, speed, perception.
Oh, sure.
Perception is one of the ones that I think is the most interesting because that lets you, when you're in dungeons, that helps you find traps and find secrets.
Okay.
So you can find like hidden switches on the walls or like buried treasure. I think is pretty...
in what way can hearing be important? Don't get me wrong. I like hearing things, but like, do you like hear
essential?
You hear like whispered conversation. You hear like spiders talking to each other. Like, let's bite this dude. Let's bite him and get him super sick.
The spiders are planning something.
Yeah, they always are.
Those cave dragons, dragons of caves.
Phil, I gotta say, this is getting a little intimidating now.
So these are just random skills. I haven't figured all this stuff out yet, so I'm kind of like, I'm leaving a lot of what I started with.
You haven't figured out what aerotheurgy is? Come on, Phil, read the manual.
It's a type of magic, probably.
It sounds magical.
I'm just gonna put it into lockpicking because I want to be able to open locks.
Man, I do that every RPG. I don't care if I'm rolling like the biggest, beefiest warrior in town. I'll give him lockpicking because I want the treasures. What was that? Do you have a romance stat?
I'm a romantic. That's this character, I should say. So I'm role playing the two characters very differently. So Roderick is a romantic, and Scarlet is not at all.
That's a great mix you've got there. So how many characters can you have at any given time?
As far as I know, you only start out with these 2.
Right.
It looks like there's room for more in your party. It looks like there's maybe room for 4 or 5.
Okay.
But I don't know if or when those actually show up, or if they're like permanent party members, or look, there's some fighting. These guys are fighting an ogre down there.
You're just not even gonna mess with it.
I'm headed down there, just taking my time first. The thing is, I'm gonna ignore them and dig into all these crates first.
Oh God, yes, yeah.
Because you wanna open these up. I like one of the things I like about this game also is you're gonna see when I open this next box. Here I'm just checking this hammer, seeing if it's no good stats.
Seemed like a pretty good hammer to me.
I didn't open that box. Never mind. But when you do open boxes, it just pops up the thing like sort of like a Ultima style. Like here's this bag and it's just open on the screen.
Sure. Yeah. I'm into that. So is it it's sort of a class-based system of like this character's my rogue and that's what they're gonna do? Or is it more open-ended than that?
There are classes at the start, but you can also just create a character with whatever stats you want.
Okay. Are one of these characters of your own creation?
Nope, these are both. I wasn't gonna mess around with that without knowing what I was doing. So these are both. These are my safe choices. It's a warrior and a rogue.
Why are these ogres getting invisible?
So they're essentially that's saying they're out of my line of sight. I can't see them.
Oh, so that's where your sight and hearing stats come into play.
Yep.
I'm guessing it sort of makes you see through the fog of war a little bit easier.
So what's going on here is we're on this island. We're headed towards the town of Sicil, and these orcs are invading. I see this oil barrel, and I'm like, I'm gonna get clever. I'm just gonna shoot this oil barrel.
You didn't do a great job, did you?
I didn't quite destroy it, but I'm gonna have another turn coming up, and I'm gonna make something happen.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
You're just gonna look at your stats there for an hour and a half.
It's just I thought we would take a nice break and check out the stats
from the action, and you're gonna loot in the middle of combat.
Yep.
That's really bad form. Oh, I like that the windows. Oh, and look what you got. Look what you got for your avarice. Man, your comrades are dying over there, and you're like, hold up, let me check your buddy's dead body.
No, they killed that orc. They're doing fine.
They're doing okay.
They're gonna be fine.
Don't you worry about that.
These guys, I think, are actually a little bit more powerful than I am. Thankfully, they're distracting the big orcs so that I can kill this little orc and this human. And this is immediately introducing one of the big mysteries in the game, which is why are there humans working with the orcs, and why are the orcs attacking, and what's going on? And oh, I just spilled oil everywhere.
Well, you just made a mess, so great job, I guess. Wait a second.
Yeah. So what I did wrong there was I should have shot that barrel immediately with a fire arrow, and I didn't. We're gonna make it happen. So what you're gonna see though is there's a ton of interaction with environmental stuff, with like water and poison and oil and all of the stuff that you can like interact with and cause different things in the environment to happen.
Okay.
In and out of battles.
Are you actually going to do it? Does it actually happen for you, or are you just
it's gonna happen.
Illustrating that it can't happen if you play?
No, you'll see. I don't do it very effectively, let's say.
But it looks.
You're gonna be able.
It keeps everybody warm, is what you're saying.
You're going to be able to imagine. Wow, if Phil had done this the right way, this battle would be over already. All the orcs would be dead.
Well, we don't want to spoil it. I'm very cautious in these overview videos to spoil any of the cool things that video games can do. So
that's exactly right.
We just want the watchers to have their own magic experiences. Did that hit anyone?
Nope.
Okay, but it was still.
Don't you worry though. Somebody is gonna get set on fire. I promise. Before this video is done.
That's all I want. Listen, we have here at Overview Industries, we have a one-person set on fire quota that we have to meet in every video, whether it's Tomodachi
Overview
Life.
Industries.
Yeah. Listen, we're expanding beyond the Polygon umbrella, so to speak.
That's impressive. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, don't tell anybody, because I haven't talked to our boss about it or anything. But yeah, it's a very exciting opportunity. Still waiting for somebody to get on fire though.
Just wait. I'm gonna screw everything up as always. So yeah, like this is like, even when there's this many people, it's going through pretty quickly. Like it's scrolling through everything relatively fast, which I agree with you. Like that kind of pulls me in a little bit easier.
Yeah, I find it like I like a good deep RPG, but not when like the stuff that you have to do over and over and over again is like more obtuse than it needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree.
Man, you have a lot of really active Steam friends. With a diverse palette of video game tastes.
It's nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I
really appreciate that.
It's great.
So let's get positioned here to hit this guy and...
Okay.
Oh, I set myself
you
on fire.
dumb idiot.
Boy. Oh, boy.
You play video games for a living.
I couldn't manage to set any of the enemies on fire.
Yeah.
Managed to walk directly into the flame and set myself on fire.
Did that end your turn also when you when you were in golf?
I don't think it did. I think I still got to attack,
Okay.
but I'm just sitting there smoldering. Basically, I'm in flames.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Look at how super on fire you are.
I really screwed everything up.
So is that sort of like one of the focuses of the game is like setting up these combos essentially of like this character's going to get oil on the ground and this person's going to set it on fire? I mean, is there other interactions like that? Like, let's get water on the ground and then electrocute it, or
if you see poison, you can shoot fire at that and it'll blow up.
Okay.
And then clear that poison out of the area.
That's basic chemistry right there.
Mm-hmm.
Any poisonous thing will explode when introduced to fire.
That's right. There's all sorts of weird, cool interactions like that, and it seems like a lot of the battles that you find are set up that way. You'll stumble across someone, and like just happened there. There will be an oil barrel there, so it's like if you're playing smart, you have a way to make the battle easier for you.
I'm super into that, man. This
So if you're reading,
this looks good.
this is it's way cooler than I expected going in. I'm really impressed. So here we're meeting Aru, who's one of the people in the town of Seal. He's introducing us to the main plot line, which is essentially, so we're two people called Source Hunters, and we have been sent to the town of Seal to investigate the death of one of the town's counselors.
Okay.
So it's essentially a murder mystery is at the heart of everything. And then on top of that, the orcs are invading, and we don't know why. The dead have been rising from their graves. There's all sorts of other problems.
It was probably one
on.
of those things then. Like, I don't want to be racist, but an orc probably did it.
Listen, you can't say that. You can't say that.
I'm just saying most fantasy murders are committed by orcs.
We need to bleep that out or something.
Sorry. No, I mean,
let's not get political here.
It's really hard to sell me on, like, a fantasy storyline until I, like, decide to bury myself in it.
Yeah, the world and the lore isn't necessarily pulling me in, but the fact that you have these two characters who can actually actively disagree and who you can
that's neat. And then
personally take in really different directions.
In the context of a co-op mechanic too, that's really neat. And then there's a like level campaign builder too, right? There's like a customizable engine there.
Yeah, I think there is. It's like you can create your own modules and stuff.
That's sweet.
I don't know. I haven't messed around with that stuff at all, but that's definitely there as well. Another cool thing you can do that I don't get to show off in this video is you can sneak, of course.
Yeah.
And when you sneak, your character literally turns into a rock.
All right, sure. Whatever
which is
you
just
say,
goofy
man.
enough to be like, okay, great.
Yeah, I'm into that. All right, well, thank you for showing me this, Phil. I went from knowing nothing about it to like feverishly wanting to play it now.
Yeah,
it's 40,
really cool.
$40 up on Steam?
That is correct. And then to close things out, there's one last thing I wanted to show you. I mentioned all of those interactions with different elements in the world.
Yeah, so you're showing us you interacting with a diary.
Yeah, that's the journal. It's super great. That's a wooden crate. Check out all these wooden crates. But we're gonna show off.
Just gonna take that chicken foot, huh?
Well, I might need it later.
Yeah, sure.
I might need to cook something.
Yeah.
Might need that log.
Yeah, why not?
It's probably crafting in this. I don't know.
Yeah, attach that chicken foot to that log. You got yourself a spear.
So we're heading down here to the docks, and we can hear some people screaming. Something's going on.
Oh boy!
All right, so orcs have set the ship on fire.
Oh, you sure it was orcs? That was you earlier, shaming me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here's what we're gonna do to take care of that. We have this rain spell.
Okay. Are you gonna use it, or are you just gonna let them like exhaust themselves for a second? Oh man, is this actually gonna work? Did you know that this was gonna work when you did it?
I did not. I thought it might.
That is slick as shit, man. That's
get a bunch of experience points, and then everybody just leaves. They're like, well,
that's my official endorsement. This looks shit slick. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Phil, thanks for showing it to me. I assume you're reviewing this at some point.
I am. We will have a review up next weekish.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.